Hi everyone, welcome to Pound Zero. My name is Amelia and this is my weight loss journey. This week you're getting a double video in one, as last week I did record the vlog, but I ended up quite ill and what I thought was a head cold and eating something that didn't agree with me turned out to be mild gastro. So I didn't really end up editing the video, so I'm kind of smashing the 2 weeks in together, and of course we've got the measurements as well, so I'm going to try and fly through this as quickly as possible so as not to bore you terribly much. So the blue is week 30 and the black is week 31. You have a legend for a vlog. We'll go with it. My indiscretions this week, we had a farewell lunch where I went to a lovely Asian fusion restaurant. Because my team is actually such a large group, we had to order off a special menu which contained absolutely nothing that was keto friendly. So that was all sad. And then of course this weekend I went up to Sydney for the weekend, 2 whole days, and I was an extra in a movie. It was actually so much fun. I had an absolute blast. I met so many fabulous people. They did cater one of the days because we were there over the lunchtime period and there was a hiccup with the catering. Not that I can guess that it would actually have been keto friendly anyway, but I figured, if it was a sandwich, then I could probably eat the insides and just leave the bread behind or something like that. But what actually happened is the hotel that we were filming in didn't like food in the rooms that we were in, and as a result just sent up chips and bread and dip. I'm not even convinced the dips would have been keto friendly. So while I started out with good intentions, and where my mother and I went for brunch on Saturday morning, I managed to stick to the diet. Come lunchtime that afternoon, it was all out the window. Dinner was even worse because we'd been up since stupid o'clock in the morning. I think I'd had like 4 hours sleep, and we got to like 5:30 in the evening, and both of us were just struggling to keep our eyes open, so we ended up with room service, and not keto friendly room service either. No. Now, I've come home, I'm getting a head cold. It was really nasty. And I've eaten something that is not agreeing with me whatsoever, but we do what we have to. At least I got tomorrow off, that's nice. So I guess with that in mind, I should jump onto the scale. So when I started my weight loss journey at the beginning of the year, I was 120 kilos or 264.5 pounds. Last week when I weighed in at 109 kilos on the nose or 240.3 pounds. And this was me just starting out on the keto diet. So I think it had like 24, 48 hours before my weigh-in. Don't think my body was in ketosis by then, but a week later, and I I've already mentioned my indiscretions, but I did get my weigh-in in. So this week, even after the indiscretions that I mentioned before, I have weighed in at 108.1 kilos or 238.3 pounds. So the week 31 weigh-in this morning, I weighed in at 107.1 kilos, 236.1 pounds. That's a total loss this fortnight of 1.9 kilos or 4.1 pounds. And that is a total loss this year of 12.9 kilos or 28.4 pounds. It's been over a month now since my last measurements check-in. So, quick recap on my measurements, as the scales are not the only thing to judge weight loss by. So in January, my neck was 44 centimeters or 17.3 inches. I should probably just bring this up here a little bit so I'm not looking entirely off screen. So my neck was 44 centimeters or 17.3 inches. In July, it measured in at 41 centimeters or 16.2 inches. And this morning, it came in at 40 centimeters or 15.7 inches. Sometimes I get a little lost there. I'm like, did that just go up? Have I calculated this wrong? No, it's fine. Bust. My bust came in January at 133 centimeters or 52 inches. In July, it measured in at 132 centimeters or 51.9 inches. And today, it came in at 123.5 centimeters or 48.6 inches. My husband will be devastated. Waist. My waist measured in January at 121.5 centimeters and 47.8 inches. In July, it was 118.5 centimeters or 46 inches. And today, it is 117 centimeters or 46 inches. That can't be right. I got rid of my phone. I'll double check that. Hips. In January, measured in at 127 centimeters or 50 inches. In July, they were 123 centimeters or 48.4 inches. And today, they measured in at 121 21.5. Today, they measured in at 121.5 centimeters or 47.8 inches. Oh, conversions. My thighs, thunder thighs. In January, measured in at 73.5 centimeters or 28.9 inches. In July, they measured in at 69.5 centimeters or 27.3 inches. And today, they measured in at 65.5 centimeters or 25.7 inches. I'm hoping I get this right because I'm not even listening to myself at this point. My bicep in January measured in at 37 centimeters or 14.5 inches. In July, it measured in at 37 centimeters or 14.5 inches. No change. Today, they measured in at 35 centimeters or 13.7 inches. I lost a whole 2 centimeters off my bicep. Yay! And BMI is slowly creeping down. In January, I came in at 36.1. In July, I came in at 32.8, and today I came in at a very round 32, no pun intended. So that is pretty much my measurement update for this month. I haven't done the jeans thing. I'm not sure I'm going to keep doing that. I do have my size 16 jeans, which I am measuring myself against. I was very pleased to be able to fit into a size 18 jacket that I haven't worn in ages because it just didn't fit, or it was extremely tight. But not anymore. I'm in it. Going in the right direction. So, what is coming up? I have only 7.1 kilos or 15.6 pounds until my next mini goal. Not planning rewards just yet. but I am thinking about it. The food is easy. The food is so very, very easy. It does balk against everything that I've ever learnt about a diet, especially being that there's a lot of fat. There's a lot of oil. You add more with butter. It's very not a diet, but it's working. I'm not hungry between meals. I do find that I am having my 3 meals a day. I'm not snacking. I don't feel the need to snack. Probably the closest I get to a snack is in the morning, like mid-morning, I'll have a cup of tea, and that'll be black tea or a fruit tea. I am very cautious about the sugars contained in fruit teas, but again, it's just tea. So I'll try that. And that seems to tide me over and well until lunch. So between my weekend in Sydney and today, I've pretty much stuck to the diet, and I have managed to abstain from partaking in things that would have taken me out of ketosis. And I'm actually quite proud of myself. One thing I'm finding with this diet is that I'm not hungry between meals, and I'm not getting any cravings. I don't really feel like I'm missing out on anything. I'm just not hungry. And I suppose that's the only conscious effort that I'm really making, is being sure that I'm actually hungry before I start eating, rather than just eating because everybody else is. Or it's, the appropriate time to be eating. So it's great. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. Keto thing seems to be working, and it hasn't really changed the value of my grocery shop either. It's pretty spot on. Like I'm buying things that I wouldn't normally buy, but I'm not buying things that I normally would either. So swings and roundabouts, I guess they say. So I can honestly say at this point that my husband and I are in fact quite enjoying the ketogenic diet, and we are going to be continuing it for a little bit longer. The idea was that we would do 2 weeks on the ketogenic diet, and then we would do 2 weeks on the ketogenic diet with intermittent fasting. But given that I had a small bout of gastro, nasty, and then the husband followed suit, I'm not convinced of how much weight loss this fortnight is attributed to either the diet or the illness. So we're going to do ketogenic diet for another fortnight, just plain old 3 meals a day plus snacks. Not that you need a lot of snacks. I don't find myself snacking. I really don't. And then the following fortnight, we will try it again with the intermittent fasting, which is, I think from memory, was a 16-hour window of fasting each day, which meant, you have dinner by 6 and then you don't eat anything again until 12, but then you eat everything that you would normally eat between 12 and 6. Just to see what the difference is, really. So look forward to that in the coming weeks. And that is all I have for today. So I hope you enjoyed this double whammy of check-ins, weigh-ins, measurements, all the rest of it. Because if you like what you've seen in the video, please don't forget to hit subscribe on your way out. Also follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. Links are in the description below, as well as a couple of links to ketogenic websites if you're interested in looking it up for yourself. And of course, doing your research. And if you do have medical conditions, do speak to a doctor before trying new diets, or a dietitian, or someone with far more practical knowledge than just Google. And until next time, be healthy and be good to each other. Bye. It's actually not bad placement. Hi everyone. But of course when I'm trying to speak, my tongue gets all twisty. And the words don't come out right. I have weighed in this week. I haven't converted it. Oh goodness. The trick to recording a vlog is being prepared. I haven't done any of the other calculations. Or 263, That is a total loss this fortnight of 109. Oh, far out. What is wrong with me? I'm making myself huge. So this week you're getting a double whammy of bringing you up to speed on that, because weight is not the scales are not the only. Yep. I'm going to take this face of mine and go to bed, I think. But thanks, Sydney. It was fun.